Hi. Today, I'm a hot clown. I'm a sexy clown. I'm a slutty clown. Making you want that clussy, you know? Anyway, and I'm going to be making lasagna for the asexuals out there that don't want clussy and just want to see a clown making lasagna. I have this new lasagna pan. It's deep and poetic, and I didn't get all my ingredients out, so I should do that right now. And I'm just gonna save me some room in my phone here. Hi, let's angle you up just a little bit. There we go. Hopefully it's still good. Anyway, I'm back. I had to take Bojo for a walk because he was crying. He was so sad, so pitiful, so sad. And also I got a new tripod, so we're gonna be trying to use that instead of, I don't know, just being a friggin' delinquent. I'm also listening this. So it's fine. So anyway, we're gonna soak the oven ready noodles because I saw on a video, I think it was like one of those tasty videos where it was like, wait, am I recording? I am, okay. I saw on one of the videos by Tasty that if you soak it, they kind of turn out just a little bit better. So we're gonna soak it in hot water, which I'm just gonna get from the tap. I'm really not picky about like tap water versus bottled. Mainly because I can't afford to be, you know? Can't really afford bottled water at the moment. It's just not something that I'm gonna be able to do, but I'm just gonna put the whole thing in there. These are a little bit cracked, but it's okay. I'm absolutely fine with that. And I will rotate them because they don't quite fit in there, but we're gonna get those started. And then, is this clean? Please tell me. Sorry, I'm not clean. It's got burnt crumblies in it, but it should be fine. We'll just scrape it. It's a cast iron skillet, so you don't have to clean them as much. Especially because the last thing I cooked in here was burgers. And I'm using ground beef. Sorry I'm letting all the vegans down. I know I was vegetarian for a while. And some people are like, that's not good enough, but you know, I love cheese. Cut some Nikocado avocado, pouring cheese all over his cheeseburger.
Cheese, da-don. I love cheese, don. I love cheese, don. Yes, I do.
As much as I like cheese, crank it up and crank that soldier boy. We'll add a little olive to it. You can't go wrong with olive oil when you're doing Italian dishes. Just throw olive oil everywhere. Just throw it. And I'm scared. I'm also a little bit hungry, so. You're welcome, men of the audience. Welcome, now I'm purple. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this garlic. So I went out with this makeup and I walked my dog and nobody said anything. But I just thought that was really brave of me to go walking around looking in clown makeup, literally looking like a clown. I'm gonna add garlic. I want another bite. I'm hungry. Alright, that's getting nice and hot. Okay. Nice. That is already smelling wondrous. But I am going to wash this knife because I don't want to go without using multiple knives. Thank you, Car, for that. Let's see. Whole wash before use. Let's just run it under some quick little water. There we go, they're washed. Well, we gotta hurry, because like this is hot. It's a hot pan. Let's turn this down for a bit, because I don't know about y'all, but I got other stuff to do while I'm cooking this meat. Like chopping these veggies, which I should have chopped beforehand, but oh well. Chop mushrooms because I have mushrooms and I found mushrooms. God, I wish I didn't drop it on the floor. That would have been great. Oh my goodness. Should I just crush them whenever they're in there? I don't know. I'm just gonna roughly chop them and then crush them with like my potato masher maybe. I gotta be honest, I don't always know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it, and I want my lasagna to be meaty and full of like that umami flavor, you know. I kind of wish I used Impossible beef because it takes a lot longer to cook, and I don't really mind the flavor. I think it's just as good of a flavor to me, and I can't tell the difference between the Impossible meat and real ground beef, other than it's like a little bit softer, which I don't mind. It might actually blend into the sauce very well, because I made a spaghetti bolognese with it once, and it turned out really fantastic. So if you ever need like a meat-free alternative, I really suggest the Impossible Burger stuff. Although I wish they made it in bigger packaging, because it just comes in like literally in the shape of burgers. And I don't know about you, but there's so many more recipes for ground beef than there is for burgers. Gardein also makes a good ground beef substitute. I think part of the reason I went back to eating meat is because I was losing a lot of weight, which might be good for some people, like might be a good aspect for some people, but for me, losing weight is not really that much of an option for me. So I'm gonna flip these noodles now. I didn't touch any ground beef really, and that's gonna be cooked anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and open that. And then we're gonna get started on the ricotta mixture. Let me check the camera angle real quick and see if I'm like visible, you know, in the face. Okay, I've got the camera angle, made sure it's fixed. Goodness. I don't know why, like, the camera's lower, but you can actually see more, so. Okay, neat little trick with cutting boards. If you don't want to keep washing your cutting board, which I actually have to, rinse it. But usually if your counter is clean, like mine should be, you can just flip it over and use a clean side. This is actually clean. Oh, thank you for the love, kitty. You're so sweet. Now for the cheese. Oh, you little paw. Oh my god. You smelling what I'm cooking? Well, it's not ready yet, so chill. Anyway, we're gonna start with ricotta. I looked at like an ultimate lasagna recipe and I can't make it, I don't have the ingredients, but they made like a bechamel sauce with ricotta. Well, no, they didn't use ricotta. I think they just used the other cheeses, but it was actually just Parmesan, but I have Asiago and Parmesan, so why wouldn't I use both? I mean, if you can use Asiago in any circumstance, you better fucking use it. Oh, she's creamy. She's on the cream team, not the squirt squad. I'm also on the cream team. I almost switched last night. Had a little switch up. Sheesh. We have a ricotta. Ricotta. It's a ricotta. Ricotta. I'm gonna add 2 eggs, but wait. That egg looks so orange that I don't want to add anymore. Am I tripping? Maybe. And then we add a little salt. There we go. Don't be afraid to put salt and seasonings and stuff, because like it'll look like a lot, but it's not that much when it cooks out. Cooks out into not being that much. We're gonna give this a quick stir. And chop it up. Chop, chop. Okay. So quick little chop. I'm gonna add oregano to both. Unfortunately, I don't have basil. I wish I did. But I just moved here like literally a few months back. I'm not worried about every little thing that I don't have, you know. But basil would go pretty good. I think this is tomato, onion, and garlic pasta sauce, but it should have basil in it. And you just mix. Lasagna, lasagna. Garfield's little favorite food. I have kind of the same habit that my dad has of just using every pot and pan in the kitchen to cook one meal. But luckily, this meal is lasagna, so we add like a little bit more mozzarella cheese, but I want to add most of the mozzarella on top because the mozzarella really, it just seals it in. But it also adds a little bit of fresh saltiness, just light saltiness, but we don't really need any more salt. because we added salt already. And cheese is pretty salty. I don't have a cheese grater, just saying. I just don't. So I just use a knife and I cut the cheese, you know, because I'm a naughty girl like that. But anyway, I'm cutting the Asiago. We could do it over the bowl too, but I just feel like it doesn't have the same effect. Do a little bit of this action. I don't know if you can see it, but do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know if that's doing anything. Oh, it's all over my hand and not on anything else. Okay. So you just do this for like 45 minutes of just this, and let your meat burn on the stove and suffer the consequences. I love the rich taste of Asiago. It's just so nutty and delicious. Ooh, I think I might have cut my hand there just a little. But you know, I do put my blood, sweat, and tears in this. The tears also add a little salt. So all that's needed is the sweat. Actually, I think my tears might be sweet and my sweat might be salty. My salt might be sweaty too, but that's because it was made by child labor, and children tend to just sweat. So sweat and snot. Snot is also very salty. It's also just a little bitter. Now time for my big chunk of Parmesan, which I feel like this makes some pretty good grated cheese. Like, I love fresh grated cheese. I don't have like the can of Parm, like the powdery Parm. Although I do like that for making butter noodles. I just feel like it's a better thing for it. Let's check this meat. It's cooking beautifully. That nice fat in there. I think I might just keep the mushrooms chunky, because who doesn't like a good chunk mushroom, you know? And I put a little parsley and oregano in this as well. But what I'm also going to do is heat it up and cook it with this. Because in said video about like the best version of lasagna, which was really convenient because I was planning to make a lasagna anyway, they did show that they cooked several types of meat in with their sauce, and it incorporated the flavor really well. Also, a little trick that I picked up from my grandma, just add a little water to it, and all that sauce on the side there will come out. Also, keep all the pasta jars and lids that you have, because you never know the thousands of types of uses you can have for them. I mean, they're really just amazing. So I'm gonna use this as my meat and sauce filling. And I'm just gonna let it simmer for a while We're gonna put it on a little bit higher, just to let the meat cook the rest of the way. It's mostly cooked. It just needs like a little bit more. If you know one thing about me in real life, is that everything is covered in cat and dog hair and there is no escape. Sometimes it's in my mouth, sometimes it's in every article of clothing I wear has a cat hair or a dog hair somewhere in it. Somehow they get like woven into the fabric. It's just inevitable, the cat and dog hair. At the end of the day, it's really just a part of my life, my lifestyle. Cat hair and dog hair is a lifestyle. I'm gonna rinse my hands real quick and just wash that. And I have a little towel here. And look what it says. My mom made this. It says, "I love you to Peaches." So cute. Anyway, I've got a little bit more cheese in here in my ricotta filling. We're gonna add more. We'll just keep adding cheese and let it cook for a while. And I don't think I need to record every bit of adding cheese, and maybe I'll clean up as well, but I'm just gonna, I'll come back whenever I'm ready. And I'll put you down in a minute, but this is what I got going on with the sauce. I didn't add any kind of cream or anything to it. I did add some spring onion, just the white parts, just to give it more of an oniony flavor. But I think the fat in the meat is cooking into the sauce pretty well and making it a little bit creamier. So I think this is ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and assemble my lasagna. Also, this is my cheese mixture. It's ricotta, the other 2 cheeses, 2 types of Parmesan, and 1 type of Asiago, and then like a little bit of mozzarella. We didn't go crazy on the mozzarella because I want enough for my topping, and I wanted plenty of cheese for my filling. It's gonna be a small lasagna, but it's just me here, and I might share it with a few friends. But anyway, that's what I got going on for the cheese sauce. Looks beautiful. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is get my noodles out. I started soaking them in this because I can really get them evenly soaked, and I just dropped some, and I just wanna, probably just gonna rinse it off with more of the water that I had it already in, because I was always taught to never waste food no matter what. I don't care how dirty it is, never waste it. Otherwise you're a failure as a human being and you will go to the gulag. So there's my soaked noodles. They're a little bit flimsier. I like them a little bit, actually. I'm gonna add a little bit of the water that they were soaking in into the pan. Just 2 scoops, and then that should be enough just to make sure that they are really nice and juicy and cooked all the way through. And then, let's see. We're gonna go ahead and take this off of here and turn this off. We don't want to spill it, so we're gonna cover it. By we, I mean me, because I'm the only one cooking this. I feel like the flavors are pretty well in there. Here, we've got it all going on like Donkey Kong. My mom always taught me to put the pasta sauce first. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in the water and just spread it around. And she said that you do this to keep it from sticking. I don't know quite how well that works, but we're gonna do what she says because, again, go to the gulag. And my pasta noodles are not quite laying flat, so I'm not sure how good of a hack it was to just soak them beforehand, but I'm gonna keep going at it. And then we're gonna layer our cheese. I'm gonna move you real quick so you can see what's going on. So far, that's it. It's just lightly seasoned on the bottom with the meat. And I'm gonna add a scoop to each noodle and spread it out. And I might add another noodle. This one's broken, so it'll fit. We'll scooch these on over. Don't worry, my hands are washed. I'm chronically washing my hands. Just add one there and then one right here. And seems like we're almost low. Just spread it around. We don't need thick layers for the bottom here, just because I want it to hold together really well. Maybe just a dollop more right here. There we go. That seems nice and evenly covered. I'll spread that a little bit into there. And should we do another noodle or should we do more sauce? I'm thinking more sauce because we got a lot of sauce here. So. And the good thing about chunky sauce, we got those noodles to hold it together nicely. So we're gonna just layer it on there. And now I can see why they wanted to do a bechamel, because a bechamel would cover this more, and it'd also be more liquid to like really cook those noodles in. But I'm just adding a little bit of water and that should cook the noodles fine. Do another layer of noodle. So easy peasy. We'll do, well, I want it on the other side. The little pieces that fall off are kind of my favorite part of lasagna, because they kind of make it fit better into the pan, I think. Just okay, so my phone died while I was recording, but I did a few more layers. I think it's at 4 layers. I just did my lasagna noodles, the sauce, the red sauce, and then I put my cheese on, my little cheese filling on. No, wait, I think I did this the wrong order. Okay, so I did sauce, noodles, cheese, sauce, noodles, cheese, sauce, and now I'm putting mozzarella on top. And my oven is preheated, was heating the whole time that my phone was dead and dying. So I'm just gonna fill up the top and then record some more and let it, let it charge. Okay. So it is now ready to be put in the oven. The problem with it right now being, if I just throw this in the oven, the cheese on top is going to burn. And I don't have any tin foil because I had a guy that was like sleeping on my couch and he was homeless. He's my buddy. So I let him crash here for a few days, and he used all of my aluminum foil to smoke weed on my porch. He's gone now, but best of luck to you if you're out there. I'm probably actually gonna censor your name because I don't know if your girlfriend knew that you were at my house. And she's crazy. So, yeah. Oh, and I'm also gonna throw some spring onions on top. I have to improvise and use this as like a topper just to make sure that the cheese on top doesn't burn in the oven. It's at 400 degrees right now, and I just want to cook it. I have all my windows open, that way it's not just gonna make it insanely hot in here. But I just wanted to show that I'm gonna be covering it with a cookie sheet. I just pulled it out. This is her. She does not need any broiling. If I had covered it completely with aluminum foil, I would have taken the foil off and the last 5 minutes just broiled it just to get it nice and crusty. But oh my god, that looks so good. I'm gonna let it set. The only thing I'm worried about is this little corner right here. Oof. But the noodle seems fine. It seems cooked. It feels soft to the touch. Let's check this one in the corner here. Seems soft. Maybe it'll be crunchy on the side, but oh my god, look at that. Just, oh, beautiful. Beautiful lasagna. All right, I think it's cooled down enough. So I'm just gonna go into it. I wanted to wait until it cooled so I could just cut into it without having to worry about it breaking, falling apart. It looks so good. Ooh, it stayed together. It's a moment of truth when it stays together. Oh, hold on now. I'll try it. Looks good. Looks super good. Come on. Anyway. It's lasagna. So I'm having a second portion of this because it is just so good. Like, let's get a cross section going. And it doesn't fall apart that easily. I know it did kind of fall apart here, but I mean, it's a pretty like thick, substantial lasagna. It's gonna stay together. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Bye.